All right, let's be real right now. If you're not dating women consistently, it's not because you're not good looking enough, you're not tall enough, you're not rich enough. It's mainly because you're not playing the game like a professional. You're just an amateur. You see, most guys think that dating is just luck. Either you have it or you don't. They don't understand that dating is just a skill set. And like in any skill set, there's professionals and there's amateurs. So in this video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break down the differences between the two. The difference between an amateur and a professional, and how you can actually go from an amateur to a professional. Now let's talk about the amateur mindset, okay? And when it comes to the amateur mindset, there's basically 5 mistakes that amateurs are doing. Now, mistake number 1 is that they have no systems. They just rely on luck, they don't know what works. Maybe they go to a nightclub and they get a few drinks, and then maybe if they're lucky, they find a girl. Or they just swipe on Tinder endlessly, try to put up a few photos without any real strategy, without any texting skills or anything, and they just try to make it work, but they don't really have an actual system that gives them dates predictably. So basically, the amateur just stabs in the dark, whether he's in a nightclub or online or anywhere, he just stabs in the dark. Maybe it's gonna work, maybe not, and he doesn't have any consistent results. Every week, it's a guessing game. He doesn't know where the next date is gonna come from. He doesn't have any predictability. Now, mistake number 2 is that amateurs overthink everything. Amateurs are stuck in their heads, they're worrying, they don't know what to say, they don't know what to do. Every conversation is a guessing game as well. Like, they don't really know the steps that it takes to attract a woman. They don't know how to turn a woman from a stranger to a romantic partner. They don't have any verbal structure, any conversation mechanisms, anything. They don't have any structure. Amateurs aren't even present in the conversation. Like, instead of focusing on the conversation and on the girl, they're focusing on themselves. They keep talking about themselves, or they keep guessing what they should say, and they're never fully present. And mistake number 3 is that amateurs are constantly in a state of chasing. They're always chasing women. They always text too much, talk too much, do too much, invest too much, because they don't have a strategy, and therefore they overdo it and they kill it. And so here's what professionals do differently. Number 1, they know how to generate attraction. They have a system. They know exactly the inputs they need to put in to get the output, because everything is an input and an output. Like, if you don't have the right inputs, if you don't do the right things, then you're not gonna get the right results, you know? And attraction isn't about looks or money. It's about energy, it's about confidence, it's about knowing what to say at the right time, and learning how to really be socially intelligent and understand women the right way. You know, when you understand female psychology at a high level and you know what to do and how to do it, then you're gonna be able to generate attraction every single time. And professionals also have a system for meeting women. They know how to meet women consistently. At the gym, at the grocery store, in the street, everywhere. Like right now, earlier, I was just passing by, I saw a girl, I said hi, we had a nice conversation, and then I took her Instagram. So anytime, everywhere, you can just take Instagrams, take contacts, get dates. Like every day when I go to the gym, I usually approach women as well at the gym, and I meet a ton of women there. Or on Instagram as well. If you don't have an Instagram system right now, then definitely, I mean, what the fuck are you doing? You know, you need to have an Instagram that generates you dates. You need to have a good online presence, especially nowadays. Also, professionals are usually more confident because they have the reps, they've done the work. One of my mentors, he used to say, the work instills the worth. Okay, the work instills the worth. When you do the work, when you do the reps, when you approach women consistently, even when you don't feel like it, then you build that confidence, and then you're able to do it consistently without being in your head or overthinking it. Confidence isn't something you fake, it's something that is built up by you putting yourself out there in uncomfortable situations. And professionals, they always have that student mindset. They're always learning, always improving. They always read new books, take new courses, watch new videos on the topic. It's a never-ending cycle of improvement, and you have to be that guy. You have to be a lifelong student of that skill. You can't just treat it as a guessing game. You have to be constantly improving. And that's what professionals do. That's why I go to the gym every day, even when I don't feel like it, because I want to constantly improve. That's why I read books every day, because I want to feed my mind with new thoughts and new knowledge, and you have to be that guy. Okay, you don't want to treat your life as an amateur. You only have one shot at life, so make it worth it. What professionals do is they always refine their approach, and they always get feedback, and they always get mentors and people who can help them get even better. Okay, because even myself, I mean, right now I have a pretty good level, but I'm always improving, always looking for those nuggets. You know, it's never over. Now, let me give you a step-by-step formula to actually go from amateur to professional. Now, step number one is you need to level up your identity and your lifestyle. High-quality women are attracted to high-quality men. You can't be, some low-quality guy and expect to attract some high-quality girls. Like, you need to be leveling up in every facet. You need to focus on business, fitness, knowledge. Like, you need to be gathering resources constantly, intellectual resources, financial resources, social resources, like all these resources, you need to be gathering them every single week, and you need to be always constantly improving. When you're crushing it in life, women are going to be naturally drawn to you. If you're actually crushing it and you're living your life on purpose, then people are going to be drawn to you, especially women. So focus on making yourself better first. Focus on being a better you. And as a byproduct of that, women are going to be more attracted to you, obviously. A professional is going to build himself first instead of putting a bad product out there. You're the product. Remember that. So instead of trying to market a bad product, become a great product first and then market it efficiently. Now, step number two is you really need to build that social freedom. You need to be able to express yourself everywhere you go. If you see a girl that's beautiful and you want to approach her, just go for it. Don't overthink it. Don't stay stuck in your head, You have to channel your desires. You have to channel your energy and be able to express yourself. So say hi to random people. Say hi to random girls. Who cares? And even right now, I'm filming this video. I have a lot of people passing by and I don't give a shit because I'm just doing my stuff. I'm just living my life and nobody cares. Everybody is so stuck and everybody is so focused on their own lives. Now, step number three is you got to develop attraction skills. You need to learn how to flirt. You need to learn how to build attraction. You need to learn how to escalate efficiently. You need to learn the process that it takes to turn, a stranger to a romantic partner. You need to learn everything about attraction, female psychology, seduction, etc. You need to actually become a student of that. Now, step number four is you need to master your dating funnels. You need to be able to get dates everywhere, from Instagram, from cold approach, from social circle. You need to be multifaceted. So many guys, they're just one-trick ponies. Like, oh, I'm just going to do Tinder, or I'm just going to do cold approach. But you need to be able to get dates everywhere. You need to master all the channels. Now, if you're still relying on luck and you want to have a predictable system to be able to attract and date beautiful women consistently, then simply check the link in the description. There's a link in the description that shows you exactly how to get there. And then you can potentially book a call with my team so we can show you how to implement that into your own dating life. Anyway, see you soon. It's cold out here. I'll see you on the next video.